I've been a structural damage assessor for going on 10 years now. The job is exactly what it sounds like. A building gets destroyed, whether it's a fire, flood, gas explosion, structural collapse, whatever. And once the emergency crews are done and the scene is cleared and everyone who had feelings about the building has gone home to have those feelings somewhere else, I go in. I walk the structure and document what's standing and what isn't. I file a report that tells the county, the contractor, or the insurance company whether the building can be salvaged or needs to come down. I go in alone, I come out alone. I write the report, and I move on to the next one. 10 years of that. Dozens of destroyed buildings. It doesn't get to you the way people expect. It goes the other way. After a while, a destroyed building is just a destroyed building. You stop seeing what it used to be, and you start seeing load-bearing walls and the path of least resistance through something that's trying to fall. I'm telling you all this now because I need someone else to know. The first house was in February. A gas leak took out the kitchen and most of the ground floor and left the upstairs looking like nothing happened except for the smoke damage on the ceiling and the way every window was blown out. I've seen it 100 times. The explosion travels the path of least resistance and everything above it just sits there, intact, structurally sound and completely exposed. I documented the ground floor, noted the compromised load-bearing wall on the north side, and went upstairs to check the structural integrity of the second floor. 3 bedrooms. 2 of them were what I expected. Smoke damage with cracked drywall where the ceiling had shifted and furniture thrown around from the blast pressure. The 3rd bedroom at the end of the hall was untouched. A made bed with a dark green comforter pulled tight. A nightstand with a glass of water and an ashtray. A pack of cigarettes next to a lighter. I noted it in my report. Structurally sound room, personal effects undisturbed, recommend contents evaluation before demolition. I photographed it and moved on. I didn't think about it again. Not until the second house. The second house was in March. This one was an electrical fire on the east side of the county in an older neighborhood. The fire started in the walls and gutted the structure from the inside before anyone smelled smoke. By the time the trucks arrived, there wasn't much left of the first floor or the east wing. The west wing was standing. I went through the west wing room by room, documented the smoke penetration, the heat damage to the ceiling joists, and the way the floor was soft in 3 spots where the subfloor had been compromised. At the end of the hall, there was a bedroom. I opened the door. A made bed with a dark green comforter pulled tight. A nightstand with a glass of water and an ashtray. A pack of cigarettes next to a lighter. I stood in the doorway for a moment. Then I took out my phone and looked at the photos from the February house. Same comforter, same ashtray, same arrangement on the nightstand. I did what any reasonable person would do, which was try to talk myself out of it. Dark green comforters are common. Cheap lighters and ashtrays are common. A lot of smokers keep their cigarettes on their nightstand. Coincidence. Old housing stock, similar taste in decor, nothing unusual. I wrote the report and moved on. The 3rd house was in April. Flood damage from a burst main downtown, one of those narrow 3-story buildings that used to be commercial on the ground floor and residential above. The ground floor was gutted. The 1st and 2nd floors had significant water damage, warped floors, compromised drywall, and mold already starting in the corners. The 3rd floor at the end of the hall. I opened the door and I felt something tighten in my chest. The same goddamn room. But the bed wasn't made as tightly this time. The comforter was pulled up, but there was a slight depression in the pillow. Like someone had been lying there and gotten up and made the bed quickly, not quite smoothing everything back. And the ashtray had a cigarette in it, half smoked. The ash was intact, like it had been set down and left there. I took photographs for a long time. I measured the room. I checked the wallpaper pattern against my photos from the previous 2 houses. The same faded patch near the window, the same place where the paper had lifted slightly at the seam near the door. I went home and I Googled the wallpaper pattern. It was discontinued in 1987. The manufacturer doesn't exist anymore. I filed my report. I decided not to mention the room. I didn't sleep well that night. The 4th house was in May. I almost didn't go in. I sat in my truck in front of the building for 15 minutes before I could make myself open the door. Fire damage, residential, outer edge of the county, single-family home. I went through the motions on the lower floors, documented everything, took my photos, wrote my notes in shorthand. Upstairs, at the end of the hall, I opened the door. Of course, the same fucking everything, except the mattress. I know my own mattress. I bought it 4 years ago after my back started giving me trouble from a pinched nerve. It was my mattress. I tried to think about all the reasonable explanations. I couldn't find one. I took a photo of the mattress tag. I went home and checked my own mattress tag. It was the same model, same manufacture date. I poured myself a drink and sat at my kitchen table for a long time. Then I told myself there were probably thousands of those mattresses in the county and went to bed. The 5th house was last week. I knew before I opened the door at the end of the hall. I'd known since the 4th house that this was where it was going. I opened the door anyway. Some part of me needed to see it. The room was mine. Completely. The landscape print I've had since my mom died, and I kept it because she gave it to me, not because I like it. The specific bleach stain on the fitted sheet from the summer. When I spilled cleaning solution and didn't notice until laundry day. All of it, in a destroyed building on the east side of Hoseki, in a room that smelled like clover. The bed was occupied. I couldn't see a face. The figure was on its side, turned away. The comforter pulled up, but I could see it was my build, my hair on the pillow. The way I sleep when I'm exhausted, one arm tucked under it. I stood in that doorway for a long time. Then I closed the door very quietly and walked back down the hall and out of the building and got in my truck. I drove home. I'm writing this from my kitchen table. It's 11 o'clock at night. I came home tonight, walked upstairs, stood in my bedroom doorway, and I looked at my room for a long time. The bed is made. I never make my bed. The nightstand is clear. No charger cable, no glass of water, no clutter. The bleach-stained sheet is gone. The landscape print my mom gave me is gone. The mattress is made up with sheets I don't recognize, tucked tight at the corners. My bedroom looks like a room nobody lives in. It looks like the room I found the first time, untouched. Like someone just stepped out. I don't know where I've been sleeping. I don't know how long I've been gone. I'm gonna call my friend Dave tomorrow. We're supposed to get beers on Saturday anyway. I think I just need someone to tell me I seem like myself.